Hello gamers! On today's episode of Have You Played, we're checking out Andrew's review of the Megaman 0/ZX Legacy Collection for the PC.
Steam. I cannot express how shocked and thrilled I was to see that a Mega Man Zero collection had been made and would be coming to PC. As a kid, I was really into Mega Man X and its sequel series, Mega Man Zero, that was only available on the Game Boy Advance. I even begged my mom to buy me this Game Changer thing so I could load it up with the Mega Man Zero games and swap them with incredible speed. Growing up with these games, I never met anyone else who had played them. I kinda thought it was a forgotten series, so I never expected to see this collection come out, much less for PC. I got the game on Steam 2 days after launch and was pleasantly surprised at the love and effort put into this collection. Mega Man 0/ZX Legacy Collection features all 4 Mega Man Zero games that were originally on Game Boy Advance and the 2 Mega Man ZX titles that released for the DS. While each of these titles are unique and have their own special qualities, in general they are all an evolution of the Mega Man X series. Like Mega Man X to the original Mega Man, they take the series farther into the future, develop the jumpin' shootin' gameplay, and provide an even more serious approach to the story than previous titles. You play as Zero in the first 4 games, reawakened hundreds of years after disappearing at the end of the X series. A human scientist, Seal, it's C-I-E-L, so I think it's Seal, has resurrected you to help fight in a new war that has broken out. Now, I am no master of the lore here, but after defeating those human-killing robots from the X series, robots and humans peacefully coexisted until a global power shortage led to innocent robots being killed. The stories in these games are pretty decent, especially for a Game Boy Advance game. Zero has his Z-Saber and gun, you can dash and wall jump and charge your attacks, but soon after you will discover a few new weapons to add to your arsenal. Each game has a different array of weapons for Zero to use, and they all felt pretty well implemented. In addition to offering different combat options, they can also be used to access new areas and find secrets. We all know that classic Mega Man tradition of taking an enemy boss's power after you defeat them. These games each have their own spin on how this is handled. Sometimes you gain that boss's elemental power, which allows you to imbue each of your attacks with electricity or fire, which is equipped in your menu. It's difficult to generalize since we are talking about 6 games here, but there are tons of different weapons, armor, gear, and abilities that you can find and use. Some games even have a proficiency mechanic where the more you use a specific weapon, the more powerful it becomes. In addition to these new weapons and augmentations, this series also sees the introduction of cyber elves. What the hell is a cyber elf? Cyber elves are collectible, sentient computer programs that act as collectibles, tools, and upgrades. How cyber elves work actually varies greatly in each game, but they can be used to help reduce damage for a short period, reduce enemy health, increase your life gauge, and even be used as sub-tanks. Again, this series is the evolution of Mega Man X, adding some RPG elements and countless new things to the gameplay with each iteration. This collection is also filled to the brim with bonus content and features. There's an art gallery, a music player, speedrunning mode, and tons of stuff I'm sure I'm forgetting. There is also an accessibility mode that allows for a more casual playthrough of the game, lowering the difficulty and letting you focus more on the story, which I didn't use but I think is a nice touch. Mega Man is notorious for its difficulty, which I think is certainly present in these games. Though I only noticed a handful of those gotcha moments where it seemed like you had to take a hit and then just remember that spot for your next time through. Like I said, it can be kind of difficult to talk about 6 different games that technically take place in 2 different series concisely. But overall, I'd highly recommend this series to both Mega Man and platformer fans. It's clear a lot of effort went into this collection, and I think they did a really good job of preserving the original games while also adding a ton of extra content, even when they probably didn't need to. Matt, there's been something that Have you played Mega Man 0/ZX Collection Legacy Master Edition?
No.
Should.
Okay. Roll credits.
Yeah. Do you have any questions about it?
Is it like Mega Man, but he's got like a ponytail and shit?
Yeah. He's red.
Okay. No, I really enjoy the Mega Man games. I don't like the X series as much as the originals. Oh, probably just because I don't. It's not like I actually played Mega Man X first. Mega Man X was very exciting when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one thing that caused me to kind of get out of it was that they stopped being Nintendo exclusives, and I didn't have a PlayStation, so I didn't get to play a bunch of the games.
I think you and I and everyone at Capcom would like to forget that time because I don't think that went very well for them until they started backing up their truck. Shut up!
Shut up.
Shut up!
Anyway, before that truck interrupted us, you were saying something.
So, some of the like PlayStation era Mega Man X titles are better left out of the memory.
I also really, and this is not related entirely, but I did not understand the Mega Man RPG that was on Nintendo 64. So like when I was finally like,
oh, Mega Man Legends?
Oh yeah, man, there's a new Mega Man game on N64. This is awesome. Like Mario 64, awesome.
No, yeah.
Zelda 64, awesome. Mario Kart 64, like all these games making the transition, and I was like, oh, I don't get this at all.
Didn't anticipate it being like a story-based RPG with like dialogue.
At least for like when I was like 8 or 9 years old, it was like not the game for me.
I remember I enjoyed it. I thought the fighting and the art style and everything was cool. It was very unique for a Mega Man game. I mean, it plays none of the other ones play like it, and I think it's a decent game if you know that's what it was. But as a kid, I was like, oh my god, like I would slam the button just trying to get through dialogue, and like it wasn't. Maybe it is, but as a kid, it wasn't obvious to me how to get to the next like fighting level.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, what am I doing in this city? I don't care about this. I want to shoot stuff.
Right, that's exactly how I felt. But anyway, by the time the Zero and ZX games were coming out,
you were pretty checked out.
I just haven't really like gotten back into Mega Man, and then I was one of the people who was burned by Mighty Number 9.
Number 9. Yeah.
So I don't know. These games are unfamiliar to me.
I've never actually. I've watched reviews and I've seen all the it's better than nothing stuff, but maybe we should jump into that game one day.
I don't want to go back into it.
All right.
Personally.
I think putting Mega Man Zero on a handheld console with the limitations involved with that, I think was a blessing to the franchise. Because it forced them to like not worry about reinventing the wheel, but instead like make the wheel better. And not that there was no like side-scroller Mega Man games anymore at that time, but it is the only Mega Man series that's a side-scrolling like the original, I think, on any handheld console. I could be wrong. It's been a long time. But it was at the time. And that return to its roots, I think, really helped it be better. Because they were just like, all right, let's not do any of these crazy 3D things. They probably couldn't on the DS. Or they could, but they... I don't know, even the
and
3D
they could.
Mario
I mean,
game.
there's Vice City Stories. There's there's a lot of 3D games on the DS that are okay.
Yeah, like Mario 64, the port to the DS was pretty good, but Mario 64 is a great game.
Yeah,
you know, so if they had made an original, which they probably were working on one, maybe that'll come to light, but it probably wouldn't have been great. So yeah, just having those old restrictions, so to speak. And just polishing those up and giving it kind of RPG elements and focusing on like story a little bit more and cooler new graphics, I think helped the series a lot.
Yeah, it seems like the gameplay at its core is not all that different from Mega Man. Like by Mega Man 3, you had the dash and you had the dog whose name I can't remember now. Rush. And you know, some of those other elements were kind of starting there. And I think really once that was established, they just built on it over time with all these other games. And it's cool that the core of it is still Mega Man. Like, you know what you're getting into. It's like
fighting at it, you beat a boss. Yeah. It's a hard level, you beat the boss, you get like either, you know, their power, or in Mega Man Zero, you get their element to use that imbues that element to any weapon that you choose. Another thing is that it's all pretty much optional, I guess, like it was in Mega Man X and the original ones. You can use the flame power on the ice boss if you want to, but you don't have to.
Right.
You know, you can either have that know-how and it can be easier, or you can just get good and use your regular buster and get through it. With Mega Man Zero, they allowed a lot more customizability because you have 2 buttons that you can use at any time to use 2 different weapons that you can map. So you can have, usually my main attack is the Z-Saber, the sword, and then I'll have my Buster on like a shoulder button, so I can like snipe people from ranged, and you can charge both of those individually, and the control scheme, it's just good. It just works. I hate to say it just works. And this is 6 titles, so it's kind of hard to talk about as if they were one. And some of them are better, some of them are worse, but they're all pretty good. And I think if you're a Mega Man fan, specifically a Mega Man, or if you've never checked out this series, it's really worth it. I think it's some of the best Mega Man games you can get. There's some give or take with that, but I like it. Mega Man, cool.
Well, I think you've really said it all. And I think the only thing left to say today is, please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, a like, give us a subscribe if you want to see more reviews. They come out twice a week, sometimes even more frequently. We're all over the place, and we're doing a lot of shit. And if you like it, you can fucking hop on the Hidden Machine train with us.
You know what they should do? They should slap like.
Okay, do that. And let us know in the comments what you've been playing lately. If there's a game we should check out or anything like that. We listen. We do, we really do.
Did this review suck? You'll let us know.
Don't invite that energy.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Slap like.